Hi everyone, good evening guys. Hi guys, can you all see me? Yes, I'm not able to see any of your comments. Yes, hi, good evening everybody. So this is Nisha Nujumudeen. So welcome to the class called as Most Important Expected MCQs based on Current Affairs related economics for the upcoming UPSC Prelims 2019. So guys, this is Nisha Nujumudeen. So yes, I'm an economics faculty specialized in handling sessions for various competitive examinations like UPSC, UGC NET, bank exam, etc. So I think a lot of people have joined. Yes, good evening everybody. A very fine good evening to all. So yes, ready to take the quiz guys? So I think we have discussed a set of 10 questions in the previous session, right? So this is lecture number 4 where another set of most important MCQs based on economics related current affairs will be discussed in this particular session, and that too with a proper explanation. Very fine. Yes, I can see a lot of messages from you people. Okay. So yes guys, today as I told we are going to discuss on the topic that is most important MCQs and economics related to current affairs. This is part 3. So now I'm also a faculty at Unacademy Plus. I'm teaching live at Unacademy Plus. I'm one of the top plus faculty there. So I'm also taking 2 live courses at Unacademy Plus on a regular basis. And if you want to get subscription for the Unacademy Plus, you can use my referral code that is nisha.nujumudeen and get a discount of 10 to 20% for getting a subscription to Unacademy Plus, because I do 2 important courses there. One is a course exclusively based on current affairs. That is a quick revision of current affairs through 1200 MCQs right from June 2018 to April 2019. Keeping in mind the upcoming UPSC prelims examination, I'm doing a set of current affairs MCQs with the proper explanations. Okay, like not only economics, every subject is included in that. And similarly, another important course which I'm doing on the Unacademy Plus platform is a crash course on Indian economy through MCQs. So again, keeping in mind the limited number of days for your upcoming UPSC prelims examination, there are also another set of most important and also expected topic-wise MCQs on economics will be discussed under that particular course. Okay. So you can get the subscription for Unacademy Plus, and for that you can use my referral code that is nisha.nujumudeen. And not only me, a lot of other faculties are also teaching at Unacademy Plus. So yes guys, about me, I'm an economics faculty and I'm specialized in the field of economics for the past 5 years. Recently, I've secured a national award, guys, at the 9th National Indian Education Award for my teaching excellence under civil service coaching. Okay, that was conducted in Delhi in association with Franchisee India and Government of Telangana. I've also secured the Nirbhaya Youth Award and Medal of Honor from Dr. Shashi Tharoor for my international achievements. Have also published a lot of research papers in the field of economics in various reputed national and international journals. Have also represented our country India and Japan for the international exchange program and conference based on the theme economics. So you can just go through all these things. Apart from that, I'm also a motivational speaker and I also go to schools, colleges and universities as chief guest for various programs. Okay, this is a very short gist about me, because so many of you were asking regarding my profile in the previous classes. So I thought, okay, today before starting the class, I'll give a gist about my profile. Not very much, but very a gist about my profile. Okay. So at Unacademy, I exclusively handle only economics and current affairs because that is my area of specialization. Very fine. Yeah, thank you so much, students. Is it buffering? Okay, just give me a minute. Is it fine now? Is everything fine? It's fine? Okay, okay, fine. Okay, okay. Acha, Kumar is saying it's a full-fledged intro. No, Kumar. There are a lot of things more which I'll be telling later. Anyways, because many of you were asking what I'm doing and all, so I think by this would have I had got an idea regarding what exactly I'm doing. Anyways, and I'm also a PhD research scholar. Okay, in the field of economics again. Okay. So yes, guys, is everything fine? Okay, all clear. Fine. So now let's begin with the set of MCQs, guys, of today's discussion and the 11th question. The pitch to move competition recently in the news is related to which of the following summits? Option A tells Global Entrepreneurship Summit, B tells Global Wind Summit, C Global Mobility Summit, and D tells UN Wildlife Summit. So which one do you think, guys? And this pitch to move has something to do with your mobility, right? I give a clue now. So quickly give me the right answers, guys. Yes? Let me see today how many of you are going to give me the right answers. Yes, Aditya, Dr. Shashi Tharoor is also our MP and he is a very nice person, personally. Yes, I can see Prem with C, Shivani with B. Okay. But Kumar and Parivinder is so damn confident. It is option number C, that is Global Mobility Summit. Because the pitch to move, that is exclusively, move means it has something to do with mobility, right? Because they gave the clue called mobility, I think you guys are coming with option number C, that is Global Mobility Summit. Very, very, very fine, guys. Why it could not be a Global Entrepreneurship Summit, guys? Think and say. Yes, I can see Ashutosh with D, that is UN Wildlife. Really? Okay. Okay, but Sukriti is saying she's getting a feeling that is option by A. It could be A or it could be C. It's up to you people. But I can see a lot of people. Nitin, Ashish, Nilesh, all you people giving me Ananya, all are giving option by C. But very few are giving me D. That's good. But I couldn't see any A and B and D answers much. Very few again give D, I believe. Okay. And yes, guys, the answer is option number C. So yes, kudos to all you people for the right answer. It is option number C. If you see, Niti Ayog, okay? It is organizing a summit called as MOVE. That is the first of its kind mobility summit in India. And now as a part of this particular main summit, many features and featured events were also planned in this particular global mobility summit. Now, one of the most important highlights I can tell you of the featured events in this summit called as Pitch to Move, that has been organized by none other than a Niti Ayog in collaboration with another organization, which is that Niti Ayog in association or in collaboration with Invest India and Society of Indian Automobile Manufacturers. They only literally organize this particular Pitch to Move initiative, okay? That competition, and that is related to the none other than the Global Mobility Summit, okay? Yes. And thus, if you see what is this pitch to move, so you'll be thinking the pitch to move is having a relationship towards mobility. So why it should be towards mobility? If you see a mobility pitch, okay, that particular event, it is aimed at providing what the budding entrepreneurs of India working in the various fields of mobility a unique opportunity so that they'll be able to pitch or start their business, to give them a great start or pitch to their business ideas to a distinguished jury, guys, which consists of lot of reputed industry leaders and venture capitalists, so that these entrepreneurs will be able to kickstart their business with adequate investment. So it will be like an investment hub for them. So thus Pitch to Move is actually a kind of movement, or I can tell you a kind of competition which comes under the Global Mobility Summit to encourage the entrepreneurs by making sure that they're able to get lot of investment supports with reference to so many distinguished industry leaders and venture capitalists. Very fine. Very fine. Yes, Prahalat Kishore, just now I saw your comments. Thank you for that, Prahalat. Is it fine, guys? Everything is fine? Okay, perfect, perfect. yes, Uttam, you have asked me a question. You have asked me what is this venture capital. Now, yes, Uttam, Uttam, venture capital means what you know. This venture capital means it is a type of private equity, I can tell you. Venture capital is nothing but a type of private equity, okay? It's a form of financing which is provided by firms. It is like actually a kind of finance which is provided by firms, or I can tell you by funds to small, early stage or emerging firms which are literally deemed to have a high growth potential. For example, you are going to start a business with them, okay? Now you have a huge potential to come up in that particular business. So now it's a kind of finance which is provided to you so that your business will grow up to great potential. That is called as venture capital, okay? But then that business or the venture should have a high kind of potential to grow, and thus a venture capitalist means somebody who is an investor. Okay, a venture capitalist is an investor that provides capital to firms who are exhibiting a very high growth potential in exchange for an equity stakeholdership. That is the whole point. Okay. And this venture capitalists, now whenever they give money, they're willing to take risk in such companies because they can literally earn. Whenever they invest, they are literally willing to take the risk also, because these venture capitalists, they are also willing to take risk because they will be able to earn a massive return on the investments if these companies, wherever they are investing, is on the success path. Okay, very fine of them. Clear? Did you understand what is a venture capital and venture capitalist? Perfect, perfect. Okay, perfect. Now, moving on to the next question is the very simple question. Kasturi Rangan Committee report and Gadgil Committee report is concerned with what? So, option A tells it is labor reforms, B tells interlinking rivers, C tells protection of Western Ghats, and D tells Ganga Action Plan protection of Western Ghats. Think and say. So the moment you see Kasturi Rangan and Gadgil means obviously it has something to do with environment, right? So is it option B, C or D? It cannot be A anyway, because it's literally discussing about labor reforms. So since it is having a connection towards the environment, again option B, it could be C or D. So think and give guys. Yeah, here comes Parivinder with 100% confidence that it is option C. Wonderful Parivinder, and you deserve a chocolate for that. Yes, Deepak, Nitesh, Himanshu, Kumar, Shivanki, all are giving me C answers. That is protection of Western Ghats. Wow, that's amazing. Why guys? It can't be Ganga Action Plan protection of Western Ghats. In the option D also you have something called as Western Ghats. Yes, Kasturi Rangan and Gadgil is having a connection to Western Ghats, no doubt. But why can't your option 4 also be right? Think. Yes, Akshay, I'm a South Indian. Yes, Nitish, I've asked regarding Lokpal. I'll tell you that. Okay, let me finish this. Okay, I think everybody at a stretch is giving me C answers. But I can see Ashtosh and Shashant with option D. Okay, that is good, guys. Out of the box you thought. Fine, okay. But think and say. See, Kasturi Rangan is not only an environmental, Mr. Kasturi Rangan, he not only gave a reform based on environmental perspective, but also for other perspective also. So think and say. But here the question is both the committee. See, you do not have an option called as A, B or C. You have to choose any one. So now in that case, the question is based on Kasturi Rangan as well as Gadgil committee. Both together they are asking. So when both together is the question means which is the most suitable option. Keeping that in mind, you have to select the answers. And yes guys, the answer is option number C. So yes, kudos to all you people for the right answers. It is option number C, protection of Western Ghats. And let me quickly tell you regarding what is the Gadgil committee and Kasturi Rangan committee. Okay, if you see this particular Gadgil committee, the Western Ghats Ecology Expert Panel, okay, that was headed by none other than Mr. Madhav Gadgil. Okay, this person, literally he was the one who headed this particular Western Ghats Ecology Expert Panel. Now, what he did is like he formed the MOEF, okay, in 2010. Why? So that they'll be able to study the impact. There is a negative impact of population pressure, too much of population growth, then the impact of climate change and also certain development activities that exclusively took place in which part guys? In the Western Ghats. And thus this particular expert panel headed by Mr. Madhav Gadgil, it defined the boundaries of Western Ghats for the purpose of certain ecological management. And in that particular committee formed by Madhav Gadgil, called as Gadgil committee only, it said that that the entire area in the Western Ghats that will be designated or taken as something called as ESA. What is that? Ecologically sensitive area. Now, in that ecologically sensitive area, as per Gargi committee, they said that within that ecologically sensitive area, smaller regions will be identified as is that 1, 2 or 3, that is ecologically sensitive zone. That is, you have an ecologically sensitive area. Within that area, you will again subdivide it into ecologically sensitive zone 1, zone 2, zone 3. Okay, and that will be based on their existing condition or nature of threat. For example, if supposing under the ecological sensitive area, one particular region, okay, or one particular zone is highly critical or endangered, means they'll come in zone number 1. If it is less, critical, means it'll come in zone number 2. You got it? So based on the existing condition and nature of threat only, these ecological sensitive area, under that, these ecological sensitive zones will be categorized. And thus it is said that it is proposed to, divide the area into about 22,000 to 2,200 grids, each approximately 9 km, guys. All these are not that important, but what you need to understand is that in your Gargi committee, the entire area will come under ESA, and that ecologically sensitive area will further be subdivided into ecologically sensitive zone, that is zone 1, zone 2, zone 3, as per their nature of threat. Okay, and if you see 75%, guys, of the Western Ghats now, which comes under the ecologically sensitive zone 1 or 2, okay, or I can tell you they will come under the protected areas such as wildlife sanctuaries or national parks. Very fine. Cyan MOEF means Ministry of Environment and Forest. Okay, guys, somebody asked me what is MOEF. It is Ministry of Environment and Forest. Fine. Okay. Okay. So now, talking about the next perspective, that is Kasturi Rangan committee. We have seen about Gadgi committee, right? So now next is Kasturi Rangan committee. If you see, it was tasked with finding a holistic, what is holistic? A complete way of protecting the entire biodiversity of the Western Ghats, and also at the same time, when they want to protect the entire biodiversity of Western Ghats, in Kasturi Rangan committee, they also focus on another perspective. What is that? In addressing the rightful aspirations for inclusive growth and sustainable development of the indigenous residents. Because in Western Ghats, of course, the people also live there, right? There are certain human settlements there. There are also cultivations happening in the Western Ghats, a part of that. So who will take care of that? For that particular purpose, the Kasturi Rangan committee was formed up. Okay, because in case of Gadgi committee, they are not talking about the human settlements or the cultivation that has been taking place. They are just talking only about the ecological management as a whole. That is the entire area of Western Ghats. As per Gadgi committee, they want to make it as a ecologically sensitive area. There, they are not talking about the human settlement or anything. But in case of Kasturi Rangan committee, it was focusing on the other perspective. Thus, I can tell you, this Kasturi Rangan committee, it literally broadened the definition of Western Ghats by including a total of 1,64,280 square kilometer in it. And then after that, under Kasturi Rangan committee, what they did is that they classified it as comprising of cultural landscape and natural landscape. That is, in case of Gadgi committee, guys, they only took into consideration what the natural landscape, that is ecosystem as a whole. They never took into consideration the cultural perspective or the human settlements. But in Kasturi Rangan, it is said that nearly 60% of Western Ghats, that was a cultural landscape where you have human settlements, agriculture and plantation existed. That also has to be taken care of, right? So Kasturi Rangan committee forced on that. And thus I can tell you, the remaining, that is 60% of the thing was cultural landscape, and the remaining was the natural landscape, of which the biologically rich area, that is just 37%. So taking into consideration the natural as well as cultural landscape, that was the main objective of your Kasturi Rangan committee. Okay, and thus in Kasturi Rangan committee, they said that there is no need, like your Gadgi committee, there is no need to classify the entire area as ecologically sensitive area. Rather, let's classify only the area that falls under natural landscape as ecologically sensitive area, whereby the cultural landscape will not come under ecologically sensitive area. That is the main difference between Gadgi committee and Kasturi Rangan committee. Very fine. Yes, Jitendra. Okay. Yeah, so many students are asking me to talk in a little in Hindi. Guys, let me tell you. See, I'm a South Indian. I do take classes only in English, okay? And I think Kishore has asked me, ma'am, other educators do take in Hindi because they are from North India and they do know Hindi, they do it. I'm not from North India, I'm from South India, and I do not take classes in Hindi because the command over the language is not that proper as I do it in English. So that is why I'm taking the sessions in English. Kindly follow it, and if you do have any doubts, please feel free to revert back. I'll definitely clear your doubts, okay? Fine? Yes, Akib Khan has asked a question. Are they successful committees? See, Akib Khan, literally if you see Gargi committee and Kasturi Rangan committee, they are partially successful. In fact, I can tell they are successful because they exclusively deals with protection of the Western Ghats as a whole. And Western Ghats plays a major role in our society as a whole with respect to environmental perspective, I can tell you. So in that case, they are successful, I can tell you, to an extent. Is it fine? Acha, look at Bijoy. Bijoy is saying, please speak in Malayalam. If I talk in Malayalam, I think hardly if Adra is there, I can she'll understand Malayalam, but not others. And even I think Vidya is also there in the class, right? Vidya Rajesh, even she is the Malayali. Even she can understand Malayalam, but not others. Okay. So yes, some people have asked me regarding Kasturi Rangan committee. Yes, yes. What is it, guys? I'm just going through your comments. Yeah, somebody asked me when was the Kasturi Rangan committee formed, right? See, Kasturi Rangan committee is not only for the Western Ghats. They are in the year 2017. I can tell you, Dr. Kasturi Rangan, he also formed another committee to draft the National Education Policy of 2017. So for different things, this Kasturi Rangan is also famous. Okay, apart from environmental perspective also. Fine, guys? Any doubt? Okay. See, Kumar, even I do know to talk Hindi, but I'm not good in taking a class in Hindi because I do not have the vocabulary to take a class. And I have never, in my 5 years of my teaching career, I have never taken any class in Hindi. I do not even take in my own mother tongue, that is Malayalam. I do not even take classes. Maybe I can say some words, but not a full-fledged class. That will not be effective. That is the whole point. Yes, Sugardi, Kasturi Rangan talks about settlements somewhat. Yes, they do talk about that. And Kasturi Rangan committee is not only for Western Ghats, he has also formed a committee to draft the National Education Policy in the year 2017. Okay, so please keep that in mind. So anyways, guys, moving on to the next question is, E-Aksaran was recently launched with which of the following ministries? Option A is Ministry of IT, Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Ministry of Home Affairs and Ministry of HRD, that is Human Resource Development. It's a very simple question. So E-Aksaran. So E means what, guys? Technology, right? So quickly give me the right answers, guys. Varsha Yadav has asked, how is my economy so good? Oh, it's so. Thank you, Varsha, for the compliment. I have been an economy student for so many years, right? My masters, my research, PhD, everything is in economics. Maybe because of that. Okay, yes, I can see Karan with option by A. Okay, but I can see Prakash with D, but Prem with A, Ashutosh with D. I can see. Varsha is again saying A, but Kumar is so confident with A. Just because I said E-Aksaran, E is technology, so it comes in the Ministry of Information Technology, guys. Think and say why it can't come under any other ministry. Yeah? Why it can't come under Ministry of HRD? Think and say. It can either be A or D. Think. But majority of people are giving me option by A. Aditya is so confident. It could not be any other answer other than A. Let me see how many of you are going to give me the right answers. But I can see Rahul with and Manish with a totally different answer. Ministry of Home Affairs. That is pretty good, guys. A totally different answer. And here comes Bijoy again with option A. Wonderful. Parivendra is also A. What about Sugarti? And yes, guys, the answer is option number A. So yes, kudos to all the people for giving the right answer. It is Ministry of Information Technology. It's very well understood. See, whenever you have something called as E-Nam or E-Aksaran and all means, this E means technology. So it's very easy to guess the answer. If you see this E-Aksaran, it is actually nothing but a desktop software. Okay. For what? Basically for converting the scanned print Indian language documents. See, we have a lot of documents in the vernacular Indian language, the variety of Indian languages, right? Be it in your Malayalam or Hindi or Marathi or Bengali, whichever languages. So, using this E-Aksaran desktop software, we'll be able to convert the scanned printed Indian language documents into what? Into a fully editable text format in Unicode encoding. That is the whole point. Now, why do they come with this kind of software, guys? If you see, the Ministry of Information Technology, they came up with such kind of E-Aksaran initiative to have a real-time translation capability in each of the Indic languages, because our languages do have a lot of valuability in that. So now when it has been converted into a textable format means it is very well easy for the accessibility, right? That is the whole point. And do you know how many languages comes under E-Aksaran? Not every languages, but have you ever visited the this website, guys? There's an app, E-Aksaran app. Yes, I can see some. Yeah, how many languages, guys? Okay, I can see Deepak with yes, Parivendra and Deepak saying 7 languages. Wow, that's nice. Yes, it is 7 languages. Exactly, the 7 languages. So thus, if you see, the government literally they launched a free it's actually a free software, okay, for editing text on scanned images, okay, and that is launched by the Ministry of Information Technology. And actually this particular software, using the E-Aksaran software now, literally they can it supports editing in 7 Indian languages. Which are those 7 Indian languages, guys? Definitely my language Malayalam is there. If you see the 7 Indian languages, which consist of Hindi, it consists of Bangla, it consists of Malayalam, it consists of Gurmukhi, it consists of Tamil, it consists of Kannada and Assamese. These are the 7 languages which supports this particular software. Okay, very fine. Clear? Yes, Rosie, you have really made a good point. That's perfectly right. So yes, all your answers are perfectly right. Okay. Now, moving on to the next question is, the Global Peace Index, the 12th edition of which was recently released, is produced by which of the following organization? Look at the keyword. It is Global Peace Index. And the question is the 12th edition. Okay, so that 12th edition was released, recently released, is produced by which of the organization? Okay, option A, it is International Stockholm Peace Research Institute. Then second one talks about Institute for Peace and Economics and Peace. Third one tells International Peace and Development Initiative. And fourth one tells UNESCO. So think and give me the right answers. So yes, I can see Karan, Prakash, all these people with option B, Institute for Economics and Peace. See, just because you saw the word peace, do not think it is the Institute of Economics and Peace. Why? It can also be International Peace and Development Initiative, right? It can also be option number 1 also, because A, B and C, all the options are having a keyword called as peace. Think and say. So Nihar is saying A, Manish, all are saying B. I can say Uttam with A. Is it so, Uttam? Nidhi is so, hi Nidhi. Nidhi is so confident with A. Really? Okay. Vijay is saying A. Let me see how many of you are going to the right answers. Rosie is saying again B. Himanshu A. But majority of people are saying between A and B. Nobody is saying C or D. Okay, so now the competition is between A and B, right? Yes, Ashutosh, A, right? Pakka, very confident? No, Kumar, you can answer only one, either A or B. You can't say both. For UPSC, you can't go with both. So that Amir is also saying B is right. Okay. And yes, guys, the answer is option number B. So yes, kudos to those people who give the right answer. It is option number B. It is Institute for Economics and Peace, which literally, this particular Global Peace Index is produced by them. Okay. Let me tell you why it is like that. If you see, before going to the Global Peace Index, let me tell you about the Institute for Economics and Peace. See, actually, peace is what? Peace is something which is not, it is not a commodity or a product. You cannot touch it, or you cannot, see it, but rather you can feel it, right? But still, in spite of that also, we are able to measure peace, and that is made possible by an organization, institute called as Institute for Economics and Peace. If you see this particular organization, it is the world's leading think tank, which is dedicated to developing certain metrics or factors so that they'll be able to analyze what? The factor called peace. After that, using the metrics developed by the Institute for Economics and Peace, they'll be able to quantify its economic value. Okay, it says converting that particular, the metrics of analyzing, after converting the peace analysis, they are quantifying into economic value for proper measurement. For that, this Institute of Economics and Peace, they develop certain metrics, guys. For that, what they do is that they does this by developing a global and national indices, that is indicators, which takes into consideration, or which literally calculates what? The economic cost of violence, analyzing the country level risk and understanding positive peace. That is what they do is that when they want to measure the peace in a country, they take into consideration how much of violence is taking place in that country. What is the economic cost of that? Then what about the level of risk the country is having? And also, is there a possibility for positive peace in the country? Based on those factors, they will do the analysis. After that, they will convert that using the certain metrics developed by them to quantify it in economic value. That is how they measure something called as Global Peace Index. Okay. And thus, if you see the previous year, June 2018 current affairs, if you see, India's rank, it has marginally improved. It's not like we've improved drastically. Marginally means very little in global peacefulness at a time when there is an overall decline of what? The global peace, because of certain escalation, guys, of violence in the West Asia, North Africa. Okay. Just like India, even a neighboring country, Pakistan, they also have improved marginally, I can tell you, in your Global Peace Index. And this Global Peace Index is released by none other than the Institute of Economics and Peace, and that is an Australian-based institute. Okay, this particular institute is put up in Australia, in Sydney. Okay, they are the ones who release the data for the Global Peace Index for all the countries. Very fine. Perfect. Perfectly fine. And guys, we spoke about the Institute for Economics and Peace. Now, what about this Global Peace Index, guys? What about Global Peace Index? You know what is the rank of India as per the 2018 data? If you see, India has been ranked 137. The rank of our countries, we are ranking 137 in the Global Peace Index of 2017. Okay, so 17-18 we are ranking 137, guys. Out of which I think out of 163 independent states and territories. Okay, according to the level of peacefulness. But we are more or less improving in a marginal way. Okay, previous year if you see, now in 2016 data, if you see, India's rank was 141. So comparing to that, I think, yes, we have improved marginally. 2017-18 data shows that India has improved marginally in the Global Peace Index. Okay? And this index, that is a Global Peace Index, the data is compiled every year by an institute called, put up in Australia. That is Sydney based in Australia. In Sydney only you have this institute called as Institute for Economics and Peace. They only measure this Global Peace Index. And this Global Peace Index, guys, I can tell you, it is considered as one of the most comprehensive analysis that captures what? The certain trends with reference to peace. Okay? Its economic value and also how to develop peaceful societies. Through this Global Peaceful Index, now you'll be able to understand which are the countries that literally requires more amount of peace, or what should be done for that, what alternatives could be suggested. That is the reason this Australian-based Institute of Economics and Peace came up with this particular index called as Global Peace Index. Very fine. Perfect. And do you know which are the countries that rank number 1? I think somebody said that Iceland ranked number 1 in the comment. Yes, if you see in the world, the top 10 peaceful countries, the rank number 1 goes to Iceland, followed by New Zealand, then Portuguese, Austria, etc., Denmark and all. India can't even think of coming in the top 10. Okay. What about the top 10 least countries, guys? The top 10 least peaceful countries. Now, if you see Syria is considered as the worst. Syria, followed by Afghanistan, then Ukraine, all these places now, Libya or Somalia, all these are coming under the top 10 least peaceful countries. Fine? Very fine? Yes, Ashutosh, Afghanistan is also there. Okay. Yes, somebody called as showing mirror. I do not know what is your name. That particular person has passed a comment as to, you are wasting a lot in explaining. Then why are you listening to the classes, my dear friend? Because the whole point of MCQ class is to discuss the question and give a proper explanation. Because that is the reason why I have come up with MCQ classes. It is not just to show the question and give the answer and skip on to the next question. I am not sitting here for that. Because my students literally require explanation. That is why I am sitting here for that. So I hope you would have got clearly how the classes are going on. Yes, what is it, Nitesh? Okay. Now, the 15th question is, the annual global livability index is released by which of the following organization? It is having a connection towards your ease of doing business index. Think and say. Just yesterday only I think we discussed regarding the ease of doing business index. Now, it is having a connection towards that. So now this is released by which of the organization? Option number A tells World Bank, B tells the Economic Intelligence Unit, C tells World Economic Forum, and D tells UN Habitat Secretariat. Yes, Sanjib is saying it's 137. Yeah, Sanjib, the Global Peaceful Index was 137 in the year 2017 and 2008. Yes, it is 136. Yes, 136, guys. I think I didn't mention that point. So thank you for reminding me also. It is 136 in 2018. Okay. And 2016 it was 141. Okay. Yes, all your answers are perfectly right. Yes, here comes Ashutosh with option number A, that is World Bank. I can see Anjali with B, Sanjib with C. Okay. Aditya with D, that is UN Habitat Secretariat. Really? Varsha is so confident. Now, Varsha, it is option number C, that is the World Economic Forum. See, it could be the World Bank or the World Economic Forum, guys. I can just give a clue. It can also be option number B also, that is the Economic Intelligence Unit. Think and say. I can see Prakash with B. Wonderful, Prakash. A lot of answers. So Rosen is so confident. B is damn sure. No change in that. Really? Let me see how many of you are going to give me the right answers. And the answer is option number B. So yes, kudos to those few students for the right answer. It is option number B. That is the Economist Intelligence Unit. They are the one who literally releases the annual global livability index. So I think Amir, wonderful. Amir, Parivendar, yes, you people deserve a chocolate. And also the happiness diary. I think very few people gave me the right answers for this particular question. Yes, Ankit, kudos to you also for the right answer. But majority of them went with the option number C and A. That is World Economic Forum and World Bank. But it is option number B. That is the Economist Intelligence Unit. If you see in the year 2018, okay, Mumbai and Delhi, guys, they have been ranked 117 and 112 out of 140 countries respectively for what? For your Global Livability Index. Okay. Now, if you see, there has also been a lot of debate in the public domain, guys, related to the ranking of these two cities, that is Mumbai and Delhi, between the ease of living index. I think yesterday we have discussed in detail regarding this, right? Which comes under the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs. Because if you see Mumbai and Delhi also, the livability ease of living index, or the I can tell the global annual global livability index, you can't say it is completely perfect. You have a lot of environmental issues there, because when you are talking about the global livability index, you have to take into consideration not only the economic and social factors. It is not just the industrial growth or your education or your health or income. Apart from that, the environmental factors are also to be taken into consideration. In that case, what about Mumbai and Delhi? They ranked now, pretty much I can tell you, they rank in the top positions of pollutions also. So in that case, can we call it as cities which are ranking in the top categories for livability index? No, but still they have been placed under that ranking. Okay, and thus I can tell you this global livability index. Okay, it is released by the Economist Intelligence Unit on 14th August 2008 in the previous year. Very fine. Yes, somebody called showing mirror. What is your name actually? Yeah, very few people said that. Okay, Sukriti, you too said. Wonderful, Sukriti, that's amazing. So tell me quickly about global livability index, guys. If you see now, actually what do they do is that this particular Economist Intelligence Unit, okay, what they do is that they publish the annual global livability ranking, in which what they do is that they'll take 140 countries, okay, and they'll rank the country. How do they rank, guys? Is they'll choose 140 cities, not countries, cities, for their urban quality of life. It is only the based on the urban quality of life, based on assessments of the stability, healthcare, culture, environment, education infrastructure. Based on these, they'll rank the cities. Okay? And for the first time, if you see the global level as a whole, okay, because not talking about India, when you see the global level as a whole, for the first time, literally, Austria's capital. What is Austria's capital, guys? Vienna, right? If you see Austria's capital, Vienna, literally they rank as the most livable, city as a whole. That is, out of the 140 cities, this Austria's capital, Vienna, was ranked as the most livable of the 140 city on the survey conducted by the Economist Intelligence Unit. Okay. And this particular Economist Intelligence Unit, guys, just like your Institute for Economic and Peace, they are also put up in Australia. Okay, that organization is in Australia. It is in Melbourne, Australia. In Melbourne, Australia, this particular organization is put up. Okay. And in the global, if you see the cities that rank the least for global livability index, okay, the cities that rank the least is Syria and Denmark. So not Syria, in Syria, not Denmark, in Syria, the capital Damascus. Syria's capital Damascus, they rank the least for the livability city among the 140 cities, okay, as per the 2018 data. Because of the ongoing conflict, and what happened in Damascus, right? Because of the ongoing conflict only, they were ranked the least for the global livability index. Fine. Very clear, guys? Any doubt? Okay. See, Amir, you asked me, does it tells about the best or worst living condition? Amir, it tells about the best living condition. That is, the global livability index talks about the best living condition, taking into consideration factors like education, health, infrastructure, culture and environment also, and also stability. These factors only they take into consideration when measuring the global livability index. In that, from the Indian cities, Mumbai and Delhi was ranking 117 and 112 out of 140 countries on a global perspective. Okay, very clear, Amir? Yes, Divyanshu, that is what as a teacher we should do, because we do not have time for negative things, right? Yes, Akib Khan, I have also said on what basis these ranks are declared. Is it very clear for you? Perfect, perfect. Now, moving on to the next question is, this is a question based on the monetary policy perspective. Now, the RBI is looking to set up something called as PCR, that is Public Credit Registry. What is that? An information repository, right? Which that collates all loan information of individuals and corporate borrowers. Now, you have to consider the following statement with respect to Public Credit Registry. Already in the question I have told you what is PCR. So, keeping that in mind, the statement is a high-level task force headed by Y.M. Diosatle. He recommended the setting up of Public Credit Registry by RBI in a phased and module manner. Look at the keyword. in a phased and module manner. Second one, RBI Act, Reserve Bank of India Act, does not empower, look at the keyword, does not empower the central bank to regulate the PCR, which means that the central bank, that is RBI, does not have any power with them to regulate this public credit registry. Think and say. Quickly give the right answers, guys. Option A tells 1, B tells 2, C tells both 1 and 2, and D tells neither 1 or 2 statements are right. So yes. Okay, here comes Shivam with C. Both 1 and 2 is right. Really. I've also given you the definition of PCR. So keeping that in mind, tell me the second statements. Yes, Nidhi is so confident with D. That none of the above is right. Prakash is saying no, it is A. Let me see how many of you are going to give me the right answers. Let me see how many chocolates you're going to get. Yes, Parivendra is saying both are right. Manish is saying only A. Ashutosh is only 1. Okay. Varsha is so confident again A. Okay. Himanshu is saying A. Okay. Anjali is also A. So I can get a load of A answers, C answers and D answers. But I think only Manish gave B. Manish, you changed your answer, Manish. Yes, here comes Anivesh. Anivesh is saying A. Really, Anivesh? And yes, guys, the answer is option number C. Both 1 and 2 statements are perfectly right. So yes, kudos to those few people who gave the right answer. Both are perfectly right. Okay. So though I tried to confuse also, Parivendra was very clever this time, I think. He literally said C. Yes. Okay, guys. And if you see your PCR, what is that? The public credit registry. It is nothing but it's actually an information repository, right? Which will collect all the information regarding the loans of individuals and corporate borrowers. Now, what is the aim of this public credit registry, guys? If you see, the aim is to be an extensive database of all your credit information, which is literally accessible to all the stakeholders. So now, thus, if you see, guys, from the point of origination of credit to its termination, this particular PCR, it will capture all lender borrower accounts at one place. Thus, if you see, literally a task force, high-level task force was put up under the chairmanship of Mr. Y.M. Satle, and they only recommended setting up of PCR by RBI in a very structured manner. And yes, if you see, literally this particular credit repository, that is your PCR, it will help the banks to distinguish between a bad and a good borrower. So now the problem of NPA, it can be reduced. That can be reduced now, guys, because through this public credit repository, what happens is that registry, what happens is that you will be able to have a complete idea regarding that is a credit information regarding the borrowers. So we will know how whichever borrowers are having a good credit background, whichever is having a bad credit background. Based on that, the problem of NPA can be solved to greater extent. Okay, and thus accordingly, it will also be able to offer attractive interest rates to good borrowers and higher interest rate to bad borrowers because they do not want to create the problem of NPA. Did you understand? Very fine. And thus in the question, if you see, guys, see your PCR is put up by RBI on the recommendations of Y.M. Satle committee, right? So obviously when it is put up by RBI, definitely RBI is having the power or definitely empowers the central bank to regulate the PCR. In the question it was given as it does not. Because of the keyword does not only, the statement was, guys, 1 second. Guys, 1 second, give me 30 seconds. Guys, the answer is correct. Actually, RBI does not empower. It's correct. RBI does not empower the central bank to regulate PCR. It has been created by RBI, but they does not empower to regulate it. Okay, that is correct. It's correct, guys. It's correct. And I got a bit confused with some of the comments given by you, because some of you were saying that the second one is correct, but second one is wrong. Some of you were saying. It is not wrong, guys. It is correct. Can you please check it? It is not wrong. It is correct. See, the key word is regulate, guys. The regulation is done by the government of India. Is it very fine? See, once again look at the second statement carefully. The RBI Act, as per the RBI Act, it does not empower the central bank to regulate the PCR. Please look at the keyword of the question. Guys, it is actually C, guys, it's correct. Those of you who said C is not correct, C is actually both 1 and 2 is correct. Please. Very fine. Okay. Prakash, Ministry of Finance comes under Government of India. Malavika, RBI means the central bank. Central bank of our country is called as RBI in India. Okay. Now, the next one is, consider the following statements about Bondy bond. It is world's first blockchain bond. Second, it is launched by Germany. Quickly give me the right answer. Very simple question. Yes. Yes, guys, the answer for the 17th question. So, all of you having doubt regarding the previous question. Now, okay, I'll make a note of it. After completing the remaining questions, we'll discuss regarding the 16th question, okay, regarding PCR. Just remind me to discuss, guys. After the remaining questions, we'll do that, okay. So, yes, I can see Anvesh with option by A. That is only one is right, okay. Parivendra with A. Shivani with A, okay. Nidhi so confident with A, wonderful. So, majority of you guys are saying A answers, but here comes Nitesh with option by C, which is both 1 and 2 is right, okay. So, majority of A and C, A answers I can get, and very few of C answers I could get. Okay, and yes, guys, the answer is option by A. So, yes, kudos to all you people for the right answer. It is actually only the first statement is regarding your Bondy bond is correct. That is, it is the world's first blockchain bond, okay. And the second one talks about it was launched by Germany. It was not launched by Germany. That is why the second one is wrong. If you see the World Bank, it has priced the world's first public bond, which was created and managed using the only blockchain, guys, in a dollar of 100 million, guys. That was that deal, and that was exclusively designed for what? To test how the technology might improve decades-old bond sale practices. Literally, we had the decade-old bond sale practice. Now, using the new technology, how we are going to improve that? That is why they came up with this, okay? Now, this prototype deal, which is called as the Bondy bond, what does it stand for? It stands for blockchain operated new debt instrument. Your Bondy means blockchain operated new debt instrument, okay? Thus, it is also as well as a reference to Australia's most famous beach. Because if you got to go to Australia, there is also a famous beach there, guys, in the same name, that is Bondy. So that is having a connection towards that, okay. And thus I can tell you this has been viewed as an initial step in moving the bond sales away from manual process towards faster and cheaper automation. In simple terms, they're saying that the decade-old bond sale practices, which was done manually, the manual process, they want to replace it to the most faster and cheaper automation by making use of technology there. That is why they came up with the new deal called as Bondy bond. That is the blockchain operated new debt instrument. So that there will be more of accountability, there will be more of transparency, and things will be very faster. Very fine. Perfect. Yes. Yes, Bhanu, it was launched by World Bank in Australia. Exactly, yes. Okay. Now, moving on to the next one is, consider the following statements with regard to Bharat stage emission standards. The standards and the timeline for implementation are set by Central Pollution Control Board. 2. India will be skipping BS5 and directly move to BS6 from BS4. Think and say which of these statements are correct. Option A tells 1, B 2, C both 1 and 2, and D tells either 1 or 2. So yes, guys, regarding your Bharat stage emission standards, I have also discussed a similar question. Yeah, first one we all know. Yes, it has a relationship towards the Central Pollution Control Board, right? But what about the second one? Okay, Shivam. Okay. Yes, here comes Shashidhar with B. Only 2 is right. Okay. You're very clever. Yes, Rosie. Wow, that's amazing. You too say B. So now even if I try to confuse you also, you're very smart in giving the right answers. But I can see Lalit, I can see Rosen, I can see Ankit Yadav with option number C. That is both 1 and 2 is right. Okay. Hi Sakshi. Sakshi is so confident. I didn't see you for some time, Sakshi. Okay, back. Happy that you're back. So she's so confident with C. That is both 1 and 2. Wonderful. Yes, Vidya Rajesh is saying C. Wonderful. Nidhi is also saying C. I think all the girls are saying C answers. That is both are right. Okay, and yes guys, the answer is option number C. Kudos to all you people. The answer is both 1 and 2 is perfectly right, guys. That's if you see this particular BSES, okay? They are emission standards which are instituted by whom? By the government of India, so that they'll be able to regulate whatever output of air pollutants comes from what? The internal combustion engine equipment, including the motor vehicles. We all know that how much of pollution the motor vehicles are causing these days, right? So to set the emission standards only, the Bharat state emission standard was put up by the government of India. Now this particular standards and the timeline, guys, for implementation are literally put up by or set up by whom? The Central Pollution Control Board. And this particular control board, it comes under which ministry? Ministry of Environment, Environment, Forest and Climate Change. That is your MOEF and CC. Okay, the short form is that. And thus, this particular Bharat state norms, that is the rules and regulations, they are based on European regulation. And yes, if you see, India will be skipping the fifth part of Bharat standard emissions and directly move to BS6 from BS4. Even the second statement is also correct. Very fine. That was in news recently. Very fine. Yes, I can see a lot of people giving you the right answer. Very simple question, right? Yes, guys, the next question is, consider the following statements about Indian Ocean Conference. Option number 1 tells the inaugural IOC will be held in Vietnam. Second one tells it will be organized by Indian Foundation along with the partners from Singapore, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. Quickly give me the right answers, guys. Option A tells 1, B 2, C 1 and 2, D tells either 1 or 2. Yes? Okay. Yes, Bijoy. Avni is not there. She used to say kudos always, exactly. So, yes, answers for this, guys. Is it held in Vietnam? And did India, is it organized by Indian Foundation along with all these partners from Singapore, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka? Think and say. See, look at this question, guys. The Indian Ocean Conference. They are not asking regarding this year's or the previous year's inaugural function. They are saying when it was literally, when it was introduced, that inaugural function of your IOC was that will be held in Vietnam. That is what they are saying. Okay, look at the keyword very carefully. So Prakash is saying D, Nikki with C, Sakshi is so confident with B. Okay, Amit is A, Ananya A. Okay, I can get a lot of A. Only one is right. Majority is saying, but some are saying only 2 is right. Yes, here comes Rishabh. Rishabh is saying C. Both are right. Wonderful. Where is Parivinder? What is your answer, Parivinder? Here comes Raghav is also saying C, but nobody gave me D, right? Ashutosh is so confident with B. Okay. Yes, here comes Anivesh also with C. Nidhi is saying A. Okay, I can get a lot of A and C answers. Okay, and yes, guys, the answer is option B. So yes, kudos to the very few people who gave me the right answer. It's option B. Yes, kudos to Priyanshu and Anirudh. Wonderful, guys. Even Amir and Ankit, wonderful. You people give the right answer. Yes, Abdul and Rishabh, wonderful. It is option number B. That is only the state number 2 is correct, whereas the first one is wrong. See, look, I told you, I gave a clue also. The inaugural will be held in Vietnam. I gave a clue, but still you guys made a mistake. If you see, with 2 successive years in its bag, the 3rd edition of this particular conference called as the Indian Ocean Conference, guys, that was set to begin on August 27th at Hanoi, the capital of Vietnam. Okay, it is not like the inaugural will be held in Vietnam. Actually, that is set to begin at the Hanoi, at the capital of Vietnam. Okay. Thus, if you see the theme of this 2-day conference, that will focus on building what certain regional architectures with regard, and particularly the focus will be with regards to trade, commerce, security and governance. These will be the themes. Okay, trade, commerce, security and governance. This will be the theme of this particular 2-day conference on Indian Ocean perspective. Okay. Now, if you see earlier, this particular conference that was held in Singapore and Sri Lanka in the year 2016 and 17, but now it has been done by Indian Foundation. Okay, it is organized, and thus the Indian Foundation literally they organized with the support of partners from countries like Singapore, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. And why, guys, they did that? Because this particular initiative through this Indian Ocean Conference, which is organized by Indian Foundation along with other partners from different countries, they wanted to bring the state leaders, diplomats, state leaders, they're talking here about the country leaders, okay? The state or the country leaders, the diplomats and also the bureaucrats from across the different regions under one single roof, so that they'll be able to strengthen or deepen the understanding among each other, so that they'll be able to carry on everything with much of stability and peace, okay? Very fine. Yes. And now moving on to the last question of today's session is, consider the following statements about CAT bonds. It's CAT bonds. It's a very, for that you should know the full form of what is CAT. So those who know that will quickly give me the right answers. Option 1 tells it's a high yielding debt instrument that is usually insurance linked and meant to raise money in case of catastrophe. Second one, the primary investors in these bonds are long-term bond investors such as life insurers and primary pension fund managers. Think and say. Yes, quickly give the right answers, guys. Here comes Shashidhar with option C. Both are right. So what is a CAT bond or CAT bond? It has something to do with your catastrophe or your environment or your habitat. Think and say. Is it for some sort of emergency conditions? Think. I can see Karan, Sayan, Ashutosh, Nitesh, all are saying C. Both are right. But then here comes Prakash and Anuradha with option B A. Okay. But Surya is saying no, it is only 2 is correct. Wonderful, Surya. Amir is also saying A. Rishabh is saying C. Ankit is so honest, he doesn't know. For that you deserve this diary. But there is no option called as not know. You have to give a try. Yes, Parvinder, it's catastrophe bonds. So think and say your catastrophe bonds is for what? And yes, Nidhi is also saying A. And the answer is option number C. Both 1 and 2 statements are perfectly right. Okay? If you see this particular catastrophe bonds, guys, they are a high yielding debt instrument. Okay? And because it is actually meant for what? For certain insurance linked. Because they want to increase the money in case of certain catastrophe, like when there is a sudden earthquake or a hurricane, certain natural calamities and all, now when you least expect it. In such kind of situation, they want to raise the money using this bond called as catastrophe bond. Okay? And thus, this particular bond, it cannot be issued just like that. When there is a natural calamity like a hurricane or earthquake, you just can't issue this catastrophe bond just like that. For that, a special condition is required. It has a special condition that states that if the issuer, whoever is issuing a bond called as catastrophe bond, such as the insurance or reinsurance company, sometimes the insurance or the reinsurance company, they can issue this catastrophe bond. Now, if they want to do that, literally they suffers from a loss from particular predefined catastrophe, then its obligation to pay the interest or repay the principal, guys, that is either deferred or completely forgiven. This is a condition, special condition of this particular catastrophe bond. Okay. Now, who are the people who uses this kind of bonds? Actually, this catastrophe bonds or CAT bonds, they are used by property or casualty insurers and also reinsurers, guys. Now, when they are using this, now they will be literally transferring the risk to the people who are investing. These bonds are used by property or casualty insurers or reinsurers, and when they're using that, now automatically whoever is investing, now they're able to transfer the risk. And now when they're able to do that, what happens? These insurance people, now they'll be lowering their reinsurance costs and they will be able to free up the money for the company to invest. Thus, it includes a potentially underwriting of more insurance. Okay. Thus, I can tell you this particular structure of your catastrophe bond, it provides a payout for what? For the insurance company. If such a kind of any defined event like earthquake or something occurs, for that time only they will provide the payout to the insurance company. Okay, very fine. Very clear? Yes, guys? Any doubt? Actually, catastrophe bonds are, in short, they are called as CAT bonds. Okay. Actually, in simple terms, I can tell you they are risk-linked securities. Sometimes in questions they can give you like that also. They are risk-linked securities. Okay, you can just note it down, guys. which transfers a specified set of risk from a sponsor to an investor. For example, if I am sponsoring a Catastrophe bond, okay, catch bond, I am sponsoring to you people. Now, when I am sponsoring it, I am transferring my risk to the you people, because you're going to invest. You're the investors. So, thus, a Catastrophe bond is nothing but a risk-linked securities which transfers a specified set of risk from a sponsor to the investor. Okay, fine. And you know, when was this cat bond created? They were created in the mid 1990s, guys. In the mid 1990s only this particular Catastrophe bonds was created, and that too, guys, this was created after actually aftermath of your hurricane. Okay, it was actually a result of the Hurricane Andrew and also the Northridge earthquake. In the foreign countries, they had a hurricane called as Hurricane Andrew and the Northridge earthquake. That time they came up with this particular Catastrophe bonds. Okay, and actually these bonds now they emerged, guys, literally from a need by the insurance companies, so that these insurance companies now they'll be able to prevent or alleviate some risk they would face if supposing a major catastrophe occurred, like an earthquake or hurricane, which will literally cause a lot of damages, guys, because these damages they could not cover it very easily. So for them to cover these damages at the easiest way, this particular bond was put up. Okay. And how do you know how do they insure this catastrophe? How do they literally give this catastrophe bond? An insurance company, for example, if I am an insurance company, literally an insurance company, they will issue such kind of catastrophe bonds. Okay, through an investment bank. Through an investment bank only this insurance company will issue the bonds. And after that, from the investment bank, this particular catastrophe bonds now they'll be sold to the investors. And these bonds, catastrophe bonds, are generally risky in nature. Okay. And they have a maturity of less than 3 years. The maturity is less than 3 years. Very fine. Perfect. Any doubt? So yes, thank you so much, my dear students. So please do rate, review, recommend, enroll and follow me for more such courses at Unacademy platform. I'm also teaching live at Unacademy Plus. So if you can get a subscription at Unacademy Plus to follow all the structured courses conducted by me there, and also by many other top Plus faculties. And if you want to get a subscription for Unacademy Plus, you can use my referral code Nisha.Nujumudeen and get a discount of 10% off. For more details, you can text me via my Facebook Messenger, and my name is Nisha Nujumudeen there. And also you can text me via my Telegram channel. Okay, regarding the Unacademy Plus subscription. Okay, and also you can follow me at the Unacademy Learning app. This is my link. A lot of courses are created with reference to the upcoming UPSC prelims examination. There also you can follow me in the free platform. Okay, very fine. Varsha, people purchase Unacademy Plus because that will be, see, now I am teaching you some sessions in YouTube, right? These are free sessions. Now in Unacademy Plus, on a regular basis, every day, you will be able to get a structured courses by different faculties for the same subject. So now, for example, economy will be handled by me, by Mrinal sir, by Ankit, Ayush Sankhi, all these people. And similarly for history, again Abhishek Srivastava sir will be handling it. Roman Sandy has a lot of courses. So now every faculty comes under one umbrella and it's a structured course. Even there is exclusively something called as doubt clearing session. So here you will be even getting the PDF also in a full-fledged manner. Okay. So yes, tell me guys, how many of you gave me the right answers? How many of you getting 10 on 10? So I hope you really like the lecture, guys. So please do not forget to give a valuable feedbacks and comments once you finish watching this lecture via the YouTube comment box, and also do let me know which are the topics that you want me to come up in the upcoming YouTube sessions. Okay, accordingly I will literally come up with the YouTube sessions. Yes, Amit Singh, tell me. Yes, Bijoy, please do ask me the doubt. Yeah, wonderful, Mangesh. Oh, you were there for the class. Yeah, you're getting 9 out of 10. Amazing. That's amazing. Sakshi is getting 3 on 3. Wonderful. Yeah, somebody called a showing mirror. There were only 10 questions, but he's getting 20 on 20. That is also amazing. Thank you so much, Rishabh. Acha, Varsha, your question was regarding cat bond. I thought you were asking regarding Unacademy Plus. Anyway, it's good. It's good that you know about Unacademy Plus also, right? Okay. Yes, Vijay, what is the doubt? Yes, Rishabh, you're getting 3 on 4. Wonderful. Yes, Anirudh Tripti, my class timing at YouTube is 6:30 to 7:30 on a daily basis. So I have some more sessions left in YouTube, and my plus courses I start at morning 8 a.m. Morning 8 a.m. to 9:30 I start with a fresh set of current affairs MCQs. Okay, at Unacademy Plus. And then my another course I'm doing in Unacademy Plus, that is a crash course on Indian economy. That is held at 9 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Okay. And guys, as per all your requests, from day after tomorrow onwards, after one more set of lectures based on the economy related current affairs, I'll be coming up with economic survey MCQs, because via Telegram, via YouTube things, a lot of students were asking me to come up with economic survey MCQs. Because the current economic survey is not released, based on the previous year economic survey, I will come up with MCQs. Okay, a set of 50 most important MCQs based on economic survey. Fine. So do not worry, from day after tomorrow we'll be starting on that. As per all your requests, I'll be doing that. Yes, Prakash, did you ask my full name? My full name is Nisha Nujumudeen. It's given here. You can just see it. Fine. Yes, Parvinder, kudos to you for getting 10 on 10, and you really deserve this happiness diary and chocolates. It will come in courier, do not worry. I'm so happy that a lot of students are giving me right answers. And yes guys, any doubts, please do ask me quickly. I hope all your doubts are clear. So please do not forget to give your ratings and review, guys. Bye-bye. See you tomorrow for YouTube again at 6:30 to 7:30 p.m. Okay? The part 5 of this lecture will be done. Okay? Yes, Prakash, are you asking about Unacademy Plus courses? Unacademy Plus courses, you have to subscribe. You can subscribe for 1 month, 3 months, 6 months and 1 year. And now discounts are going on Unacademy Plus platform, whereby you're getting at 50% discount for 1 year subscription and all. And using the our educator referral code, now you'll get another amount of discount and all. Yes, Abhishek has asked, what do I do for UPSC? Abhishek, if you're going to appear for the upcoming UPSC Prelims 2009 examination, I'll tell you, study less, practice more, revise more. Keep this in mind. This is what you should do. The days are limited. The perfect strategy is, do not go keeping on and on studying the theoretical things. Now the days are very less, so make sure that you practice more and more questions, you revise more and more, and be thorough of whatever you study. Be very selective. Okay? Very fine. Yes, Sakshi. Sakshi, you're a wonderful student, Sakshi. I am telling you this. Yes, Prakash, thank you. Oh, Prakash is saying I'm a great teacher. Okay, thank you so much for that comment, Prakash. Okay, guys, bye-bye. Thank you so much. Any doubts you have, please do ask me. I have to sign off. I have another plus session also in another 1 hour time, so I have to sign off. Yeah, you can get Prakash, see, not only Prakash, others also. You can get a lot of sessions like this. See, YouTube we have limited number of hours, but in Plus courses, if you see, a lot of sessions by different faculties, not only by me, a lot of top faculties, quality teachers, they'll be doing it. So if you subscribe for Plus, it is really good. Even if you miss out a live session also, you will be getting the recorded version of that. That is going to benefit you, right? And also PDF also you'll be getting it. So it's a very wonderful session. You can really subscribe for Unacademy Plus. Those who are really taking care of, or really who are very genuine in the preparation. Yes, Vijaya has asked, which is a good book? Good book for what, Vijaya? For economics. See, I'll tell you, for you to understand the basics, Vijaya, it is better for you to take any 11th, 10th, 11th, 12th state CBSE ICC textbooks. Learn the concepts. After that, go to the high level textbooks like your Ramesh Singh or Uma Kapila and all. But for economy, I'll tell you Dutt and Sundaram, okay, and Mishra and Puri. These textbooks are very student friendly for Indian economy, for you to get the concepts. Take care. Yes, Shirin Siddiq. Oh, thank you, Shirin. Yes, somebody called Showing Mirror has said, ma'am, focus on your study as well you have tough competition with me in UPSC. See, Showing Mirror, that person, I do not know your name. I am not appearing for the UPSC IAS examination. I'm a faculty for UPSC. I have done it long back. And 2015, I have also cleared the mains perspective. But I couldn't make it up in the interview. That is personal reasons. So I will not be a competition to you. You will not be a competition to me. Rather, I'm here to help you out. Okay, not you, to everybody. Thank you, Sakshi. And guys, I'm coming with economic survey MCQs as per your request from day after tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll be continuing the part 5 of the same topic. Okay, YouTube session. And now tell me, apart from economic survey and budget also we did, what are the other topics that you need? Please do put that in the message box and also via Telegram, my Telegram channel. Accordingly, I'll come up with the courses. Okay. I am planning for a course called as Gist of Niti Aayog, a complete gist of Niti Aayog strategy at New India. Okay. I am planning for that around 41 to 45 schemes put forward Niti Aayog. We'll be quickly revising it. So I think that is also something which will enable you to remember all these schemes and all. Is it fine, guys? See, if somebody asked me for economics, any book and follow newspaper. See, I told you the books that you can follow. And regarding newspaper, I'll tell you, go with the editorial of Hindu. And there is a paper called as Live Mint. Okay. Live Mint, 1 second, guys. That will really give you a lot of data. And one more thing, guys, I want to tell you people, 1 second. I just came across an app. Okay, I've just written and kept one. Let me just see that. Yeah, if possible, download this app, guys, in your phone. It is called as Naply. I think most of you will be knowing it. Knapply. Okay, it is exclusively for UPSC, everyday current affairs. It is actually everyday current affairs for UPSC, guys. The app name is Naply. Okay, fine. You can download this Knapply. It is very good in a precise way. I downloaded it 2 days back. It is really good. You will get in everyday current affairs regarding history, geography, everything, economics in a very precise manner. Please do that. Again, this will be useful for you because not every one of us can keep reading the newspaper in this limited period of time, right? So now these kind of apps will really help you out in getting the gist of all these things. Yes, Sakshi, it's Naply. You can just take your phone. You can just download. I'll just show you. I have the app. I'll just show you. It is the knowledge app. Okay, this is the app. Can you see it? This is Naply, the knowledge app. You can download this in your Play Store. This is the app, guys, where you will get information regarding everything. See, and not only that, this particular app, along with the current affair, everyday current affairs, also you will be getting some sort of motivational things also. So I think those who do not have time for reading newspapers, a lot of newspapers, these kind of apps will help you out. And of course, Unacademy, app is a wonderful app where a lot of teachers are coming with current affairs, MCQs and all. So literally that will help you out a lot, I feel. These are the easy things that you can keep in mind. Okay? Deepak, you said it is Naply, but yes, sorry Deepak, the spelling is written there wrong. It is Knapply. Exactly, it is right. It's Naply. Okay. Yeah, thank you so much, Prakash. See, I'm here to help my students. So whatever information I get, I make sure that I put the maximum to you people, give the maximum to you guys, because knowledge sharing is very important for anybody, right? At the end of the day, we are put up in this educational platform for knowledge sharing, right? Okay. Prashant, I am a research scholar. Okay. So I am teaching for the past 5 years. So I manage things are to my every. See, learning is a never-ending process, Prashant. So feed your mind every day. So when you feed your mind every day, it is not only to be kept here. It has to come out also. So while I teach, I am happy that at least I am able to share my knowledge to you guys. So whatever is feeded every day is being shared also, and now you guys are going to share to others, whereby literally we are creating a kind of revolution in the field of education, right? And here Unacademy is a wonderful platform where, though we belong to different places or states, through this online platform we are able to connect, right? So yes, I think a big kudos to Unacademy for that. So guys, it's time for me to wind up the class. Bye bye. Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys, and good night, guys. I hope you enjoyed this session. Bye bye.